one of the most memorable experiences I had in space was when I saw Earth for the first time. And it was just maybe about half an hour through after the takeoff, and we were finally given permission to open up our belt. And so I floated up to the porthole was next to me, and I was able to see Earth. And it was this beautiful, beautiful, blue globe that almost I felt like it's emanating some energy, some warmth that I could feel it even through the glass of that porthole. And it just made me cry. I don't know. It was tears of joy, I guess. I don't know, but and I was crying. Then this bubble started forming, and then I had this teardrop that started floating in front of me, which of course was completely amazing to me. And I started laughing and just like a kid. So the first thing that you see, and this is an experience that all astronauts share, is that you realize how true it is that we're all just people who live in this one place, one home we have called Earth, because all these lines that it's drawn on a map that says this is this country and that country, you can't see any physical lines or physical borders or separation between countries. You can barely see which country starts and where it ends. You can only see land masses and water and green and brown and colors, but you can't see countries. So all these things that separate us sort of disappears and dissolves when you're in space. So it makes you feel really a global citizen, and that stays with you when you come back, and it makes you do any project you do, any work you do, look at it from a global perspective, which has influenced a lot of the work that I do. Absolutely not. I don't see any conflict between, religion. I think religion is a choice that, male or female, it's a choice that each person has to pursue a certain religious belief. But I also believe it's a personal decision and a personal belief, and something that should not be discriminated against. And there are lots of Muslim women that wear the hair cover, and there are lots of Muslim women who do not wear the hair cover. And again, that's a personal choice. So I think people being judged because of their personal beliefs or the way they appear, it's ridiculous. So I don't know why women have to be modest. I think that's also a choice. I think gender discrimination falls along the same line of religious discrimination. You may want to accomplish a lot, and because you accomplish a lot, people want to know about you and they want you to talk to them. I was an introvert, so even doing public speaking was a very difficult thing for me that I had to work on. And the only reason I started doing it, because I learned that when I told people, especially young women, young girls, my story, it made them believe more in themselves and to pursue what they wanted to do. So I felt that that's a worthwhile thing. So if I had to work harder to be able to speak better and to convey my message to them, then I did that because the cause of that was important to me. So does that make me someone who's not modest? I really don't care what other people think. No, I don't resent Iran. I don't think countries do anything to anyone. I think political regimes do. And I think, look at what's happening in the United States. Look at some of the presidential candidates we have and the things they say on stage. I'm like completely, just dumbfounded by what's happening there. So I don't think you can say these countries are great countries or these countries are bad countries. Countries are people. People are always good. They're always bad seeds. There's always terrorism. There's always, people who do great things. There are people who commit crimes. So you can generalize. What happens is people who are motivated by personal power and greed sometimes take hold of a government, and then you see things happen that it's not in the benefit of the people who even live in that country. But the rest of the world will judge the entire country by that political regime. So I never blamed Iran. I love Iran. It's my birthplace. I love people of Iran, I love women of Iran, and I hope to be able to go back and visit pretty soon. Yes, I was angry. I voiced my anger, and they said, okay, your choice is not to go to space or remove your patch. At which point in time I felt like, okay, this is stupid. And I already had like a shirt with an Iran printed on it, and I had a cap that had the colors of the flag. I'm like, okay, I can amuse them and just put like a little white thread over this, which no one will ever notice. And when I'm in space, they can do anything. And when I was in space, I had I had an Iranian flag with me, all sorts of things, and I'd made videos of it and did everything I wanted. And of course, they couldn't do anything by that time. Right now, airplanes and airports, I travel quite a lot. I come to to India every 2 weeks because of the project I'm doing here in Rajasthan. And I truly, when I tell you that since my experience, I feel Earth is my home. And I come to India, I love it here. Doing a project here is as important to me as doing a project in Iran where I was born, as important as doing a project in US. I spent some time in Russia training. I became good friends with people there, and I love people there. So to me, home is the world. Absolutely. I encourage my colleagues. I don't qualify to run for presidency because I'm a naturalized citizen. But I tell them all the time, please, God, run for office. Look at what's happening to us. So we have had senators, but no presidential candidate. Maybe that will change soon, hopefully.